This is John T for the Boxing Voice. I'm delighted to be joined by Kevin Mitchell. How are you, Kev?
Oh, well, mate, very good, thank you. Yeah, yourself?
Yeah, I'm really good. Thanks for asking. So when did you get into the bubble? Yesterday?
Went in the bubble yesterday, yeah.
And you had your tests and they've all come back negative? Everything's good?
Everything's fine, yeah, everything's good, yeah. But what about, I've been in, like, it's my third bubble now, so, like, I've had loads of tests done. I've had tests at the gym during the week, so I've had loads of tests building up to it, so, yeah, I'm all good, yeah.
How's it feel being in the bubble? Because a few of the people I've spoke to have done it a couple of times now, but the first time it must be a bit weird.
This is my third bubble, so, like, I've been in, this is my third bubble. I've done Bethnal Green on the Josh Taylor card with Jordan Flynn. I've done a hard Davis Golden Contract final with her, and now this one. So it is weird. It's pretty it's very different. It's not like when you go to shows and that. Then like, the night before, you got the fans in the area. Like you can just feel like the buzz, but obviously you don't have the fans there. I used to love my fans, and I think it's totally different now. But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, you were really well followed as well. So for some of those fighters in there that are well followed, it must be very different not having fans. Because I watched one interview earlier and someone had said that relying on the fans, sometimes like having a 12th man, you know, when you're in a football game kind of thing with the fans.
Yeah,
So
it does. They do give you this, like, when you're in trouble in there and you're going through hard rounds and you're struggling on the mental side of things in there, and it's really hard and it's tough in there. The fans do help you push through. They do help you a lot.
Right, well, look, this time, so you're in Hamzah Sheeraz's corner. So he's a new fighter for you. I think you're assistant trainer there. How did that come about?
Yeah. Basically, me and Will teamed up for trainer R. Davis. We were partners in trainer R. Davis. And then as we train R. Davis, we got asked to train Hamza and Amir Khan. So we had a chat about that, and we've teamed up. We've just teamed up to train all the fighters. We're busy with about 7 or 8 pro boxers now. We're getting really busy, so it's coming on well. He's a good kid to train. He listens. Yeah, and he's a nice kid to train. He's decent.
Yeah, what are we expecting to see from Hamza? I mean, I spoke to Will yesterday. I don't know too much about the opponent, but I think the expectations are that he might blow him away again.
I think the way he hits and the power that he brings, I think when we have a bit more time with him, I think you'll see a lot more come out in him. You know, I've only been with Will's really more or less. Me and Will training together, but Will's been more on him than me. So I think in the space of like a few months, 6 months, 8 months, you'll see a lot more come out in him. I think anyone that he hits, he's obviously able to knock out, and he's capable of knocking out anyone. The power he has in his hands is unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, he's 154 pounds. He's very big, isn't he? So that should carry
He's
him.
massive for the weight, huge for the weight. I seen him spar a good sparring partner the other day. I don't mention his name but he sparred a really good sparring partner, someone that I look at, I think is a really good fighter, and I think he sparred with him, and the kid couldn't get off the shots and deal with Hamza how he would not a normal opponent. He sort of struggled with him. I think it's because of the sheer size of him, the power of him, and how he goes about business. It's definitely hard work for most fighters.
Yeah, it must be really good having you in his corner as well, with your experience in the ring, indeed. So certainly with the big nights and that, which will be great and put him in good stead as well. Did you? I see you've got one of your old lads is there as well, Louis Lynn. You used to look after him as well.
Yeah, I've been come and sat with him the other day. Yeah, he's really well, mate. He's a lovely boy, Louis. I fancy him going and doing something special. That kid. I said to him today. I said, I'll be shocked if you don't go and win a world title.
Yeah, that's a big statement. But you know what? I've met him a few times and I think the same. He's so lively. If you watch him spar, it's the same as in a fight. It's almost like it's the last round of his life.
He don't mess around, mate. He's to train him is easy. Like some kids to train them, they're hard work. Trying to get them to commit to it. And I was the world's worst as a fighter. But like he's the opposite. He's at 150%. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes just sort of tame him down. But I do honestly think with him and Martin Bowers, I think he'll do fine with him. He'll listen to him. I think he'll go and do something very well. That kid, something very big.
Yeah, I know they're expecting good things of him. Okay, excellent. So look, before I bring on to the last bit, I wanted your predictions on the big fight, but I thought I'd ask a little bit more about yourself. We had you a year ago on, I don't know if you remember, but we saw you at the Alex Dilmagani card and I had a couple of minutes with you there. Any fights you regret that you didn't have, Kev?
No, because realistically, when I boxed, I asked to fight everyone. I wanted everyone. Like when I went to Eddie Hearn, he went to me, "Who do you want to box?" When Jorge Linares, and he went, "Jorge Linares." I went, "Yeah, I want to fight him." Same as when I had 15 months out when I was with Frank Warren. He said, "Look, I had 15 months out. I mean, who do you want to fight?" Like I picked John Murray. Like I didn't ever duck anyone. I'd fight. I'd have fought everyone. I think that's why when people ask me, I've like Tommy Cole the other day and asked me would I do a charity boxing match with John Murray involved, him involved, Debbie Matthews. And I said, "No, Tom." I said, "I'm content in my career. What I've done in my career, I was happy with. Like, I know I didn't win my world title, which I should have done. I was more than able to do so. But where I fought everyone, I think I didn't duck no one. There's a few fighters that I'd like to have fought that they wouldn't fight me at the time, which would have been Anthony Crolla. I tried to get in that fight. I think that also the Dave Matthews fight never happened, but like these were fighters that I wanted.
Mm.
There was a time when I was meant to fight Amir Khan. I was talking about that to Amir Khan's brother the other day, and I tried for that at one point in my career, and that didn't happen. And then there was another time that they asked for it back, and when he went to America, then I said no because the weights were just too much difference. But like, I think in my career, I fought everyone I could have fought. Do you know what I mean? I fought people, even sometimes I fought people when I shouldn't have, and I wasn't even fit. And I boxed them and got beat. But yeah, I think I did everything in my career, and I learned from it. I took a lot on board, and I think that's why now you'll see me over the next 10, 15 years become and be a great trainer.
Yeah, no, that's good. What was your best night?
My most enjoyable night in my whole career of boxing would have to see when I fought Daniel Dubois for the WBC Silverware Championship. Yeah, so that was my most enjoyable night in my career.
Yeah, and there aren't many fighters that can say that they've sold out an open. Well, I think it was nearly a sellout open stadium at Upton Park that night against Casitas.
You think back then people were struggling to sell out the O2 Arena. You had Ricky Hatton selling 15,000 yen, and that was a lot. 15,000. Ricky was like smashing, selling 15,000. Then I sell out 24,000 at Upton Park. Like there wasn't no fighters back then selling out stadiums like.
I was looking the other day. I was there that night. It was a great night. Sadly, you didn't win, which was obviously disappointing. But the actual spectacle was great, and I remember it well because I was staying at a hotel in London with a couple of mates. And in the middle of the night, Amir Khan was fighting. Who was he fighting? Paulie Malignaggi in Madison Square Garden.
I remember. Yeah.
We went on a bender after your night. Well, we'd started during the day and then finished off watching it. But I remember
I was still on a bender for 3 weeks.
Yeah, I bet you were. Yeah.
During that night.
I was looking at the card the other day, though, thinking, I'm remembering back. Some of the fighters on the card, I'm sure you had Chisora, DeGale.
All of them were in the cards. When looking back at some of the big names now that's coming through now, I had someone send me a post the other day. It was me and Amir Khan. You had and you didn't even have photos of him. You had like Tony Bell. All you had was his name. You had Kel Booker. All you had was his name. You had Anthony Crolla on the card. All you had was his name. I've been about so many years, and Will laughs at me when we're in the gym because I tell stories and things and that because I've been around the pro scene for about 20 years now.
Yeah.
I've been boxing for 30 years now, so like, I'm only young. I'm only 36, but like I've been around the game for a very long time.
Yeah, and that, as I said, that experience will help these fighters that you're bringing through these young pros. I remember on the night as well, I'm sure, just to finish it off, and didn't Stacey Solomon do the
Stacey's a good friend of mine. Yeah, she sang for me. Yeah,
that's
lovely
right.
Girl,
Yeah,
Stacey, she turned down a paid gig that night. She had a paid gig to do on TV, and she turned it down to sing for me in the ring. And she went to me, Kev. I went to her. Well, I said to her, when you sing in that ring, I said, bet you any money, I'll smile at you and wink at you. And she was shaking like a leaf, and I smiled and I winked at her.
I bet
and even I knew I weren't even in great shape that night. I knew the outcome before the fight was going to happen, but
did you really?
Still, yeah, I knew it was going to go on. I had too much going on at home and that. Yeah.
I remember reading the stories after. The reason I asked the question, was there any fights you missed, is because I was a big fan of yourself, and one of the things that I always wanted to see was you and Amir Khan.
Brandon Rios. I wanted to fight him. Brandon Rios wouldn't fight me after I knocked John Murray out. I got offered the Brandon Rios fight. They offered me $40,000 to take the fight for the world title. Brandon Rios didn't want the fight one bit. The Amir Khan fight, when that was going to happen the first time, when we was on a collision course, the poster was these two young British prospects on a collision course, and it was me and him fighting on the same show. And the first time I wanted the fight, they didn't want it. And the second time when we went to the States for Freddie Roach, and they started getting strength conditioning coach under that American coach, Alexis, I forget his name now.
Yeah, I think I know the fella you want now.
Yeah, so I said, and I said, I'll turn the fight down. But yeah, that fight could have made a good fight when we was younger. But as we got older, he grew too big. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, great. Look, great chatting about your career as well. So look, back to the card this Saturday. So I've got to ask you, I've asked every single person, and it divides opinion. Who's going to win on Dubois and Joyce?
Yeah, I know Dubois, I know Joyce. I remember when I was getting ready for some of my big fights, I'd go down and watch them on GB and watch them spar. And I just fancy Dubois, man. Even when he was like young, like years back when he was like 18, he was on the England team, and I was like in my late 20s. He was a freak, mate. He was like beat his times, he was fast than everyone, his power output to ratio was more than anyone. I just think he's got more in him.
Yeah.
He's younger, he's 23. I think he's one of the next big things over. I think the only person that he won't beat is Tyson Fury.
And his timing as well.
I think personally, even at his age now, I think he can beat any of them. But other than Tyson Fury, I think Tyson Fury for me is by far and by way the best fighter out of all of them. I think he beats them all in all areas.
I have to agree on the Tyson Fury bit, and I think timing is important. I think Dubois just turned 23, so 2, 3, 4 years, Fury probably won't be on the scene then, and it's all there to take.
Then he'll come and take over. I think he will then become an absolute superstar. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Then his sister's a great. Talking about his sister earlier as well. His sister's a great fighter.
I read about her. I think I've met her once. I haven't spoke to her, but something I read said she's a better prospect in the female game than what he is in the men's game.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I remember my son boxed the Scottish national champion in the roundhouse, and he turned up in the tracksuit. I went to him, I ain't scared of you, big nuts. I said, but I'm scared of his sister. He said I was laughing. Yeah, his sister's there. She's an absolute beast. So yeah, you've got two great talents out of one family. I've heard he's got a brother as well who's coming through.
Excellent. That's another one, keeping it in the family. Good stuff. Well, look, thanks for taking time out to chat to us, Kev. Really enjoyed it. We'll have this up tomorrow for you. And I hope you come through. I'm sure Hamza will at the weekend. And I mentioned to Will, we'll pop down and see you at the gym in the new year, if that's all right.
100%. Look forward to seeing you.
All right, mate. Top man. Cheers, Kev.
Cheers, mate.
All the best, mate.
Bye-bye.
So if you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, Entitled, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.